Good morning, my name is Melanie Huscroft. I'm co-founder of Younique, and I'm just going to show you a tutorial today on our Younique Minerals Pigments. And we're just going to have a lot of fun in the bathroom here and as I get ready for the morning, and hopefully those tips will be helpful to you. Thank you for watching. I have all of my 15 minerals pigments out, my brushes, and my 3D lashes. So I'm going to just choose a few colors. I think I'll choose Confident. I think I'll do Empowered, Devious, Sassy. So I picked some 4 colors, and I'm going to start with my Confident. And I'm just going to sprinkle right in the lid. And there's a little sifter on the top, so it makes it so that it doesn't just dump out. So I have just a little bit in my lid, and I have my 3 brushes, Deluxe brush, my crease brush, and then here's my liner and my shader brush. Okay, so I have all 4 brushes. And I am going to start with my Deluxe brush, and I'm gonna get it wet. I'm just gonna turn on the water over here. So I have my brush, and I'm gonna stick it in the lid that I already have Confident. And I'm just gonna start painting, is kind of how you can best describe it. And there is a little bit of a learning curve, especially if you're used to the pressed, compact eyeshadow. So you can see that I have it on my brush. It's kind of wet, and I kind of turn it into almost a paste. And then I'm just going to paint it onto my lid, just like that. And it dries very quickly. And I'm going to go up about 3/4 of the way for my base coat. And there is going to be a definite line, but that will go away when I use my shader brush later. And the brush is so soft and so smooth, and it just goes on so nice. So you can see I have my base coat of Confident. If you're hot and you're sweating, oftentimes, with the talc in it, it makes it so, you get these little crease, kind of disappears in the crease when you start to sweat. But because this is pigment, it really does just last all day. Someone might want the Confident to actually be their crease color, but I'm using it today for my base color. Make sure they look even. Okay, and now because I'm done with this brush, I can just clean it. You don't ever want to use soap on your brushes. Run it around in the water like that, and then take it on your towel, and it's clean. And that's all you ever need to do to keep your brushes clean. And I do that every day with my brushes, and then I just dry it off, and it's ready to go for the next day. I'll turn the water off. Okay, so now I have my base coat on. It is dry, and there is a definite line, but like I said, we're going to get rid of that. I'm going to do Empowered, because I do feel rather empowered today. And people with blue eyes generally don't do green, but I'm just going to show you that you can break the rules and you can do whatever you want. So I have just a little bit, and this time I'm not going to get my brush wet. I'm going to leave my shader brush, and I'm going to leave it dry, and I'm going to get a little bit on my brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smooth out. And I've kind of given myself a little highlight as well. And I'm going to put a little in the inside. And I'm actually going to do that out here as well. And I'm going to bring it in. See? You can see how this one's blended, and this one still is not blended. But you can really do this with any colors. I'm just kind of showing you how you can mix colors. And now I'm going to take my Devious, and people are kind of afraid of this color, so that's why I wanted to use it today. You can see there's some on top of the sifter, and I'm bouncing it back in there, but I'm just going to put a little bit in here. So here I have my crease brush, and as you can tell, it's been used a lot. Now this brush is made out of goat hair versus the others are made out of pony hair. The pony hair is quite a bit softer, so it's really good for blending and putting on that first base coat. But I deliberately did the crease brush in this goat hair because it's a little denser, it's a little stiffer, and so you actually have a little bit more control with being more deliberate with your color. So I'm just going to get a tiny bit on my brush. And I want to make sure that it's kind of in the bristles because it's a dark color and because it's loose powder, it will tend to fall down if you don't really have it in your brush. Okay, so I have my crease brush, and I have the color in my brush. Putting it on my eye, and I'm just putting it actually above my crease. Because I have small eyes, I'm trying to make them look bigger. And so putting this dark color right up in here, And I'm going to bring it all the way in, and I'm just going to make a darker out here than in here. And I'll even bring it down a little bit. So you can see the difference between this eye versus this eye. This eye is really defined, and it kind of opened up my eyes and made my eye look bigger. If at this point you did notice that you did some of it did fall into your cheeks, and because it's pigment, you're not going to want to just, you know, rub it into your cheek. You're going to want to get your blush brush or a bigger brush and just kind of sweep it off your face. And even though I'm not done with my eyes, because I have this brush already out, I'm going to get a tiny bit wet. And because this happens to be the color of my eyebrows, I'm just going to go up here and color my eyebrows with it very carefully. Fill in the gaps. See, I didn't see the difference. Another one of my secrets. I'm giving away all my secrets today. I'm 40 years old. I'm going gray, unfortunately. And right in here is where my gray turns the most. So while I have this brush out, I'm actually going to just do this and just use the rest of the color that's on my brush and color my gray hairs. And no one knows. Look at that. Grays are gone. And I didn't waste anything. I just used remaining. It was on my brush. Because this is where my gray hair shows. And no one needs to know I'm 40, right? Okay, so now I have my liner brush. I could use any color. I could use a different liner. But I'm just going to use my Devious for my liner. And I'm going to get this brush wet as well. So now I have on my brush, and I'm going to start right out here, even beyond my eye. I kind of like make cat eyes a little bit, and I'm just going to bring it in, and I'm going to bring it all the way in, and I can turn it the other way and start here. And what is so great about using pigments for your liner is it's not waxy like pencils are, and it just stays. Like even if you tear or you rub your eyes a little bit, it's not just gonna come off, and it doesn't mat your eyelashes down. It just colors it. So you can see the difference. I got my brush a little bit wet again. I'm gonna get a little bit more on my brush. It's not really wet, just kind of a paste, a wet paste. And I'm going to start up top. And I'm going to carry it all, actually I don't carry it all the way in. I'm just going to carry it right out into here. But because it's the liner brush, and because it's so, it's angled and it's flat, you really have a lot of control with where you put this liner. And I'm just going to use the rest to finish defining this outside of my eyebrow. Okay, now I am just going to come back. I'm through with my Devious. So, and remember I told you I have quite a bit left in my lid, and I don't want to waste it. But you can just hurry and do that, and it falls right back into your sifter, and you don't waste any of your pigments. These should last a long time. I'm going to take my Sassy. This is another color people are kind of afraid of because they see pink and they would never think put it on your eyes. But I'm just going to show you what it does on your skin. And I'm taking my shader brush. I'm actually going to kind of go on top, blending my Devious with my Empowered. And you can already tell what it did. It kind of gave me this rosy color, and it just softened everything, and it kind of gave this nice highlight. So right here, I'm gonna actually blend what I did here. And I'm going to take this Sassy. Can you see that? So I'm through with my eye color. And at this point, I'm ready for my 3D lashes.